Welcome to Analytics with Nags. In this session, we are going to discuss about images in Power BI. Images are good in terms of reporting, and it will enhance your reporting layer as well. And those who are so familiar with some of the products they are working on, easily they can recognize with the images they can see. So what roles the images plays in Power BI and where are all you can use it? Let's try to check it out as part of this video. If you are new to this channel, hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon for notification. Let's begin. First foremost case is like having a static images in Canvas. Canvas in the sense wherever you design your Power BI report, that is what I meant, Canvas. And you can see here this logo is added static image in the PPT. Similarly, you can have your company logos or some other collaboration images, whatever, right, statically at the top or at the bottom, wherever you like. So this is one way you can add your images in Canvas. Adding images for the background, so at the background you can add it, so it can be blurred, so it can act as a watermark. This is from your organization and you did it, so for that you can add it as an image. And you can have a question here like these are the static images, single images you manually add, so that these images directly embedded into your Power BI reports. What should happen if it comes from the data? There are 10 products. Those 10 products data should be displayed as part of the table, right? For each product item it has to display. So in those cases, what you should do? So basically people think like they can store it in a database, like in SQL Server. If you are familiar with database background, you can store it in an image or a blob data type. Okay, a single image can be stored in a column with the blob or image data type. Maybe I may be wrong with data types, but there is a SQL in SQL Server. You can have one data type and a column that can store an entire image. Okay, when you store like that, that is also not possible in Power BI. So you might be in an impression, you can use that column wherever you stored your images in a SQL Server table, and you can use it. That is also not possible. The only way you can display your images against the data is using the image URLs. Basically you need to store these images in some web portal, SharePoint, OneDrive, or it can be in blob storage, whatever, right? And you need to get it as a URL. Once you get that, then you can utilize that URL to display it in a visuals or a tables. So static images are fine, it will be embedded as part of your report. But if when you want data level visuals, like for each product you need to display, you need to convert into image URL, I mean upload it in URL, and then get that URL against each product. That's what we are going to see right now. As you can see, this is a pure empty report. And as I said, you can insert an image, right? You can from different shapes. Similar to that, you can insert an image here. Let's try to insert one such image. So these are list of vegetable images, so I consider it as an icon. So you can keep it at the top over here in the canvas, then you can able to do it. So this image directly embedding into this Power BI. And another option is like you can insert as a background, so here as well I can choose this image, or this is looking better, that's fine. Then this image you can make it normal or fill or fit, so you can choose, and then you can choose the transparency so that it will look little blurred, so it will appear at the background. So these kind of stuffs I'm saying it is a static one, that is at the report level. You can add it as you can use it as a logo, you can add it as a background. This is absolutely fine. But what about for each item? See, this is the vegetable which has some list of items. Against each item I need to get that images. What is this image, what is, and each of which you can able to analyze with other measures, how much sales happen, those kind of stuffs when it are connected to a dimension. For this demo I didn't have any, when it connected to a fact table. So that is fine. So what about these line items, right? For each item I need to get one image. This can be considered as a dimension. I don't have any fact table or measures for this report for demonstration. Obviously for this dimension you can connect to fact and you can generate the report, but for each item I need to get those images over here, right? So how can we do that? So basically you need to have, against each item you need to have this image URL. Okay, so let me pull in this item so that you can view it. So you can see here for each item you can have the images, and this is not appearing. I just want to highlight one of the issue, that's why I kept it as such. So this is how you can have your data showed as a image, right? Basically one more thing I want to highlight here is, like as I said before, you choose this column and categorize it as image URL. Okay, otherwise this will not appear. If you say like it is a web URL, then whatever in the text coming as a text will be displayed here. You need to ensure that it is categorized as image URL, then only it will try to understand it's a image URL, then try to display it as a image. So this is another important factor. Click on that column and change the data category to image URL. Then another issue I want to highlight is, like, these images are uploaded in a OneDrive, and in OneDrive I faced one of the issue, like at the end it will try to generate the .dl. Here you can see when you go to Dropbox, I showed all this information in the Dropbox, images. So it generates like a .jpg. When you right click on an image and it share, you can say share, it will generate dl equal to 0. So this format doesn't work, so you need to change it to raw equal to 1 at the end instead of dl equal to 0. That is why for the babycon there is no images appearing, so you need to change to raw equal to 1 in case of Dropbox. Okay, it is not applicable for if you are storing in SharePoint or some other online storage mechanism. Okay, so this is one important issue I want to highlight. I hope now you understand how you will work with images in Power BI. It can be a static images, or if you want a dynamic images like this, then you need to store as part of the URLs only. The SQL data types won't work. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button and comment below for queries. Do remember that data is your asset.